Here are 50 frequently asked questions with answers about heavy menstrual bleeding, menorrhagia. General questions: what is heavy menstrual bleeding? 1. Heavy menstrual bleeding, menorrhagia, is excessive blood loss during periods, often requiring frequent pad or tampon changes. How much bleeding is considered heavy? 1. If you soak through a pad or tampon every 1 to 2 hours or pass large blood clots, it's considered heavy. How long should a normal period last? 1. A normal period lasts 3 to 7 days. 1. If it lasts longer than 7 days, it may be a concern. What causes heavy periods? 1. Hormonal imbalance, fibroids, polyps, PCOS, thyroid disorders, endometriosis, blood clotting disorders, and certain medications. Can stress cause heavy bleeding? 1. Yes, stress can disrupt hormones and lead to irregular or heavy periods. Symptoms and signs: what are the symptoms of heavy periods? 1. Soaking through pads or tampons quickly, large clots, dizziness, weakness, and fatigue. Are large blood clots during periods normal? 1. Small clots are normal, but clots larger than a quarter may indicate an issue. Can heavy periods cause anemia? 1. Yes, excessive blood loss can lead to iron deficiency anemia, causing fatigue and weakness. Why do I feel dizzy during my period? 1. Blood loss can cause low iron levels, leading to dizziness or fainting. Does period color indicate anything? 1. Dark red or brown blood is old blood, bright red indicates active bleeding. 1. Very heavy dark clots may be a concern. Medical and health concerns: when should I see a doctor for heavy periods? 1. If you soak through a pad every 1 to 2 hours, have periods lasting more than 7 days, or feel weak and dizzy. Can heavy bleeding be a sign of cancer? 1. Rarely, but in some cases, it can indicate endometrial or cervical cancer. 1. Always consult a doctor for unusual changes. Can birth control cause heavy bleeding? 1. Some birth control methods, like copper IUDs, can increase bleeding, while others, like hormonal pills, can reduce it. Do thyroid problems cause heavy periods? 1. Yes, hypothyroidism, underactive thyroid, can cause prolonged and heavy bleeding. Does PCOS cause heavy periods? 1. PCOS can cause irregular, light, or extremely heavy periods due to hormonal imbalance. Home remedies and natural treatments: how can I stop heavy periods naturally? 1. Cold compress on the abdomen, ginger tea, cinnamon, and iron-rich foods help regulate bleeding. Does ginger tea help reduce bleeding? 1. Yes, ginger has anti-inflammatory properties that can help balance hormones and reduce flow. Is cinnamon good for heavy periods? 1. Yes, cinnamon has natural properties that help reduce excessive menstrual flow. Can apple cider vinegar help with heavy bleeding? 1. Yes, apple cider vinegar can detoxify the body and regulate hormones, potentially reducing heavy flow. Does drinking more water help? 1. Yes, staying hydrated helps prevent blood thickening and promotes better circulation. Diet and nutrition: what foods help reduce heavy bleeding? 1. Iron-rich foods: spinach, red meat, vitamin C, oranges, bell peppers, and omega-3, salmon, walnuts. What foods should I avoid during heavy periods? 1. Caffeine, alcohol, spicy foods, processed sugar, and excess salt. Can a lack of iron cause heavy periods? 1. No, but heavy periods can cause iron deficiency, leading to anemia. Are bananas good for heavy periods? 1. Yes, bananas help regulate digestion and reduce bloating during periods. Does dairy affect period flow? 1. Some women experience worsened cramps and bloating from dairy due to inflammation. Medications and treatments: what medicine stops heavy periods? 1. NSAIDs, ibuprofen, naproxen, reduce bleeding, and tranexamic acid helps clot blood. Do birth control pills regulate heavy bleeding? 1. Yes, they help regulate hormonal imbalances and reduce excessive flow. Are there medical procedures to stop heavy periods? 1. Yes, endometrial ablation, uterine artery embolization, or hysterectomy may be recommended in severe cases. Is it safe to take iron supplements for heavy periods? 1. Yes, iron supplements help prevent anemia but should be taken with vitamin C for better absorption. Can hormonal imbalance cause heavy bleeding? 1. Yes, imbalanced estrogen and progesterone can lead to excessive bleeding. Lifestyle and exercise. Can exercise help with heavy periods? 1. Light exercise, walking, yoga can help, but avoid heavy workouts during excessive bleeding. Does stress increase period flow? 1. Yes, stress affects hormones, leading to heavier or irregular periods. Can yoga help regulate heavy periods? 1. Yes, yoga poses like child's pose and cobra pose help relieve cramps and regulate hormones. Does poor sleep affect period flow? 1. Yes, lack of sleep affects hormone levels, making periods heavier or irregular. Does weight affect period flow? 1. Yes, being overweight or underweight can cause hormonal imbalance and affect flow. Reproductive health and future concerns. Can heavy periods affect fertility? 1. If caused by conditions like PCOS or endometriosis, it may impact fertility. Does menopause cause heavier periods? 1. Some women experience heavier or irregular periods before menopause. Can pregnancy cause heavy bleeding? 1. Heavy bleeding during pregnancy is not normal and should be checked immediately. Are heavy periods after childbirth normal? 1. Yes, but if excessive bleeding continues beyond 6 weeks, consult a doctor. Can breastfeeding cause heavy periods? 1. No, breastfeeding usually delays or lightens periods due to hormonal changes. Other common concerns. Can caffeine make periods heavier? 1. Yes, caffeine can increase cramps and blood flow. Does birth control stop periods completely? 1. Some birth control methods, IUDs, implants, can reduce or stop periods. Is heavy bleeding genetic? 1. Yes, some women inherit conditions like fibroids or clotting disorders. Can dehydration cause heavy bleeding? 1. No, but it can worsen symptoms like dizziness and fatigue. Does alcohol affect period flow? 1. Yes, alcohol can worsen PMS and cause hormonal imbalances. Is it normal to bleed between periods? 1. No, mid-cycle bleeding should be checked by a doctor. Can birth control worsen heavy periods? 1. Copper IUDs can increase bleeding, while hormonal birth control reduces it. Can heavy periods cause mood swings? 1. Yes, hormonal changes can affect emotions. Can changing diet improve period flow? 1. Yes, eating healthy can balance hormones and reduce bleeding. What's the best way to track period health? 1. Use apps like Flow, Clue, or My Calendar to monitor flow and symptoms.